For 15 years, her face haunted missing posters and cold case files. Izabela Zablocka vanished into thin air in 2010. No witnesses, no suspects, no body. Until now. A shocking discovery in the woods has unearthed more than just a corpse. It's exposed a chilling betrayal, a long-buried conspiracy, and a dark web of lies stretching disturbingly close to home. This isn't just the resolution of a cold case. This is the unraveling of something far more sinister. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into true crime stories that shake your soul and challenge everything you thought you knew, subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Now let's dive into the disturbing case of Izabela Zablocka, how her body was discovered 15 years after her disappearance, and why the people behind it will absolutely shock you. The night she disappeared, April 13th, 2010. Izabela Zablocka was just 30 years old when she walked out of her workplace in Bradford, UK, and never returned. She texted her friend saying, "Heading home, talk soon." That was the last time anyone heard from her. No CCTV after 9 to 17 p.m., no phone activity, her apartment untouched, clothes in place, passport, wallet, all there. Police called it a disappearance with no evidence of foul play. Her boyfriend, David Nowak, told investigators he hadn't seen her. Just another missing person, they said. But her mother knew something was wrong. She didn't just walk away, she told reporters. Someone took her. And she was right. The discovery, March 2025. Fast forward to March 2025. A group of hikers in North Yorkshire stumbled upon what they thought were animal bones buried under moss near a fallen tree. But they weren't animal bones. Within hours, forensic teams arrived. A human skull, ripped clothing, decomposed remains. Nearby, in a sealed bag, fragments of jewelry, one with a name engraving. IZ. Dental records confirmed what investigators feared. It was Izabela Zablocka. For 15 years, her body had been hidden in a shallow grave, just 30 miles from where she disappeared. But the discovery raised more than grief. It raised a terrifying question. Who buried her there, and why did the investigation fail to find her? DNA and lies. The arrests. As the forensic team worked the site, they found something else. Plastic tape, a piece of cloth, and hair strands preserved by the cold earth. DNA matched two people. David Nowak, Izabela's ex-boyfriend, and Ewelina Gorska, a woman who had been publicly grieving Izabela's loss for years, organizing vigils, pleading for justice, crying on camera. The betrayal was gut-wrenching. Police immediately arrested both suspects. What followed was a bombshell. David and Ewelina had been having an affair at the time Izabela disappeared. Not only that, Ewelina had direct family ties to a senior police officer involved in the original investigation. Was this just a tragic love triangle gone deadly? Or something darker, deliberate, premeditated, and protected by people in power? The hidden evidence. Court records unsealed this week showed disturbing new details. According to investigators, Izabela discovered the affair. On the night she vanished, she confronted David at his apartment. A heated argument turned violent. David struck her with a blunt object. She collapsed. Panicked, he called Ewelina, not for help, but for cover. Ewelina arrived. The two wrapped Izabela's body in a sheet and drove it to the woods in the dead of night. But it doesn't end there. Phone records from April 2010, thought to be erased, were recovered by digital forensics. They revealed 26 calls and texts between David and Ewelina in the 24 hours after Izabela went missing. One chilling message from Ewelina read, "We bury the past. We never speak of this again." The most disturbing part? An anonymous police whistleblower claims those phone records were never followed up, not because of a lack of resources, but because of Ewelina's connection to law enforcement. If true, that's not just negligence. That's obstruction of justice. Courtroom chaos and public outrage. When the arrests were announced, the public reaction was explosive. Vigils turned into protests. The media uncovered clips of Ewelina crying on camera in 2011, begging people to help find Izabela. She was the face of the community's grief. Now she's being called a black widow in disguise. David Nowak initially denied involvement, but after days of interrogation, he cracked. In a partial confession, he admitted to the argument and accidental death, but claimed Ualina planned the cover-up. Ualina in turn threw him under the bus, claiming he murdered Izabela intentionally and she only helped out of fear. They're both pointing fingers, but neither denies the body was buried by their hands. Meanwhile, the police department is under investigation. Families of other cold cases are stepping forward, demanding reviews. Did other victims fall through the cracks? Was Izabela's case suppressed to protect someone's niece? The families fight for justice. Izabela's mother, Christina, has become the heart of the storm. For 15 years, she begged police to reopen the case. She held press conferences. She put up posters. She said her daughter wasn't the type to just vanish. And she was right. In a heartbreaking statement after the discovery, Christina said, "They let her rot in the earth while they shook hands and covered for each other. I will never forgive that." Her family is now suing the police for gross negligence and obstruction. But the biggest question remains unanswered. How many people knew? Justice or just the beginning? The trial is set for later this year. David and Ualina will be tried together. Prosecutors are pushing for life sentences. But many are saying this case is bigger than the two defendants. This is about power, about silence, about a system that let a killer walk free while a mother begged for help. And the pressure is on. Izabela Zablocka was buried once in a shallow grave in the woods. But for 15 years, she was buried again by silence, lies, and a system that refused to look closer. Now the truth is rising from the dirt. The only question is, how deep does the cover-up go? Let us know what you think in the comments. Was this a tragic crime of passion or a cold, calculated murder protected by power? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories that uncover the darkest corners of human behavior. This is a case you won't want to forget because Izabela Zablocka deserves to be remembered.